So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. Growing up, we used to have this meat all the time. Dredge it with flour, some salt and pepper, put it in the electric skillet. She would brown both sides, and then fill the pan up, put some liquid in there, and just let it braise. We always called them pork cutlets. I didn't buy stuff at the store. What do I know? I called it a pork cutlet. When I moved away and tried to buy my own, when I'm looking for pork cutlets, they're those thin cut pork chops, right? That's what most people think of. So come to find out, somewhere along the way, what this cut actually is, and it is the temple of the hog. You can see, if you look at that, it makes sense that it would be a temple, but it never really registered on me before. So the cut itself is fairly tough. It needs that braising to loosen up and get tender. But when you do tenderize it, at least when we cook it in the skillet like we always had growing up, it's delicious. It's fantastic flavor, super tender, comes out great. When I was back home a couple weeks ago, because I can't find anybody around here that carries these temples. I can find a 40-pound box online, but I didn't really want to buy that because I don't really know how this is going to work. So I picked up a couple pounds at the local store back there and froze them up and brought them back in my checked luggage so that I could perform an experiment. So we're going to smoke some pork temples. I'm going to try it a couple different ways. I'm going to try one just smoking them low and slow and see how that does. And the other way, I'm going to take it and just smoke it and then braise it in liquid again, just to get that tenderization on there. So the experiment begins. I've already got the other pound already seasoned, but I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to go fairly basic. I'm going to go some pepper, some garlic powder, and a little bit of red pepper flake because I like spicy. And then mix it up and put it on the smoke and let it run for, I'll probably start with an hour, and then go from there and see how it temps, see how it feels, and make a decision from there how soon I want to pull them off for braising or what I want to do. It normally takes about an hour in the skillet, and that's cooking a lot hotter. I'm not worried about overcooking it right now. So you can see, obviously there's only 2 pieces of temple meat on each pig, and they're not huge. It takes a fair number. This is a pound right here, so it takes a fair number of temples in order to get a decent amount. That's part of why I can't find it around here, if it's just something that people don't eat around here. People sell cheeks, but not temples. So, and throw it on the smoke and sit back and wait. We got it on the smoke and the adventure begins now. These have been on for about an hour and we're just over 140 temp. So I am setting them up in some braising liquid here. And for the liquid I used chicken stock, apple cider, and apple cider vinegar. I put in a little bit of the same pepper and garlic powder that I used on the rub, and I'm just going to drop this pan in here, this 1 pound in here, and cover it up with foil, throw it back in there, and let it cook for a while. The other pound I'm going to go ahead and leave just straight smoke, just to have a comparison. I want to get them to about 185, 190 I think is what I'm going for. I think that should tenderize them well enough, but that's the neighborhood we're heading for, and we'll keep going. I call them cutlets. I'm still going to keep calling them cutlets. I can't help myself. This side was just straight smoked. Wound up being close to 2.5 hours. This side was smoked for an hour and then braised after that. I was a little concerned, especially going through as I tempt them. This side might get a little bit too crunchy, just be like dried out bites. We'll find out. And then over here, these were braised in the liquid, so these should be nice and moist and tender, but we'll check on the flavor. So we're going to start with these over here. You know what, it cuts fine. It's got a little bit of bark on there. Definitely a smoke ring, as you can see. It's definitely tender. It's a little dry. That one is not a particularly big one. So it's a little bit dry. The flavor's good, it's tender. Became tenderized by the cooking process. because they are pretty stringy when you start out. So we're going to go over here to this one. The outside just feels more moist. Again, got a nice little smoke line on there. As you would expect, it's not as dry, got more moisture. I'm a fan, I gotta say. The experiment is a success for me. Should I smoke that? Yeah, actually they'll smoke nicely if you can find them. If I was gonna do anything, I might change up the seasoning a little bit, but overall, I think it's nice and tender. They cooked out clean, and the flavor's good. So should I smoke that? Yes.